Hey, what's up, guys and gals? This is KaptinFathead coming at you with episode 8 of Remembering Home. And yeah, I've been kind of slacking on this series. And the last one that I did, which really wasn't a Remembering Home video, was why PlayStation Home had closed. And I figured coming back into this series, I talk about something else that's a pretty popular topic within the community. How am I even talking? A pretty popular topic within the community, and a very heated one at that also. And that's whether Sony actually did care about PlayStation Home and the community within it. Now, I don't mean just like the developers within PlayStation Home. I'm not talking about like Loot or Lockwood or Endreams or Atom Republic or any of them, because they were developing a lot of content. They were with the community, as you could see from all their Facebook, Twitter posts, and what they had done. Contests, sales, meeting up with the community. They did quite a bit for the community, so I'm not talking about that aspect of PlayStation Home. I'm not talking about those sort of developers. I'm talking about the actual heads of Sony, the ones doing all the programming for different patches and bug fixes and that sort of stuff. Probably one of the biggest gripes about Sony themselves was not necessarily the feedback, but the reporting issues that happen on PlayStation Home. Say you were going into a space and it was very laggy, and you went to the forums about it to ask, what could be done to fix this. Or maybe there was another issue. You may have bought an item and you just didn't get the item, and you went to the forums and talked about it. There wasn't a lot of help with that per se. I know there was a lot of people that went onto the forums and were talking about some of the issues that had happened with them. And as a whole, oh, why is PlayStation Home down? What's this patch update going to consist of? Why didn't I receive this item when I clearly purchased it? Those people on the forums did go through a lot of messages, and I don't want to knock them for that, because when you're only a small team of people trying to communicate with hundreds upon thousands of individuals, that would be kind of difficult. But at the same time, even if you just had a standard message saying, oh, please check this out, please check this out, please check this out, go to this page and you will receive your answer. Oh, what can we do for you? I don't think there was really a structure as to what was, what should come first. Should we talk to the user who's having an issue on freezing first, or the user that's having an issue with purchasing an item? I just think there was a real lack of structure per se with receiving help. There was a lack of structure as to how helping people should be approached. Another was the constant lagging issues that PlayStation Home had, and it pretty much plagued it from its opening. Or maybe not so much its opening, maybe since I've kind of noticed it had gotten significantly worse since early 2010. Probably late 2009, that's when a lot of issues were happening. Users would get kicked off, or there would be so much lag relocating from one space to another. Even the load times, actually. The load times were pretty abysmal for a game such as that. And I can't really say too much on that, because I don't know, and I don't think many other people know, what actually goes into fixing an issue like that. There is a lot that goes into making a game and making sure it stays stable. It's like building a website. Sometimes you're going to run into some issues and problems along the way, and of course that's only natural. Even, other developers for video games, they've had that issue too, just like Batman Arkham City, or not Arkham City, Arkham Knight, yeah. They had run into some issues, no matter if it's a AAA title video game developer or just an indie game developer, you're going to run into some issues, and PlayStation Home did have its issues with long load times and just a whole bunch of bugs that felt like it shouldn't have happened. And again, I don't know, and probably a lot of other people don't know, what could have been done to fix it on Sony's part, but the point is that there should have been some kind of communication between Sony and the community to say like, hey, we're looking into it. Here's some details as to what goes into fixing a problem like this. Maybe some kind of response like that probably would have calmed the community down a lot more, because I know whenever I got on PlayStation Home and running into these sorts of bugs, I got pretty frustrated. It was really annoying. And maybe some kind of response saying, look, you know, the reason why it's taking so long to fix this kind of an issue is because A, B, C, and D, and I would have been, you know, okay with that. Like, oh, okay, so these are the sorts of issues they're running into, you know, I'm gonna kind of back down. I'm gonna be a little aggravated, but I'm gonna back down a little bit. Now, there was also a lot of stuff that was promised or hinted that would be coming out for PlayStation Home that Sony had made, such as the trophy room, which I really wish we got that, because that really did look awesome. Different, I think there was like a shrinking potion. There was a hover vehicle that was specifically going to be coming out by Sony, although some other developers like Atom Republic, Loot, and all those guys developed that sort of content. And I think how I feel about the whole situation, and this may be a little bit controversial, is that there were some people in Sony that did care about PlayStation Home, because why would they keep it up for so long? Why would they keep it up past 2013 into 2014 and 15? Yeah, 15. Yeah, 2015 is when it officially closed down. You know, why would they keep it up for that long? I know some people are going to say, well, it's probably because money, and that they're trying to, you know, get as much money as they can from people. And you know, that's a fair argument. But I do feel out of the bunch, and I don't even think we found out like how many people were working on PlayStation Home either, and trying to make sure it stayed consistently updated. There were probably a few people in that bunch that wanted PlayStation Home to succeed. You know, I feel now, looking at it, we shouldn't bash Sony as much as we have been, and I pretty much bashed them a lot, for the incompetence of a few people. You know, we shouldn't just label a company or a developer, you know, in a negative light. Just because one person does this, should we blame a whole community for it? Like, say there was one group on PlayStation Home that was doing bad stuff. Should the whole community, should the whole PlayStation Home community be labeled as incompetent or childish just because of the actions of a small group of people? No, and that's actually what happened to us. So why should we do that upon Sony when we've been subjugated to that also? But hey, you know, that's just my opinion, and I would very much like to hear your guys and gals' opinions, so be sure to leave a comment in the comments section down below, and I'll see you all next time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.